Hello, race fans, rally race fans, that is. It's been a while since I've talked about CMs, but I picked up this thing here from SS19. I have to assume that's the 19th collection that was put out by CMs, which is quite a lot. Unfortunately, CMs isn't around anymore. It's a real shame because they did all the cool rally cars. This was $10, less than $10 back whenever it was made, which is possibly around 2008, according to that date. And then we have 5 cars in the collection. Today we're going to go over the 2001 Xsara. And I actually reviewed this one, the BX4 already. And I think I may have reviewed this green, purple or bluish one as well. If you want to search the channel, there's a 5th car over here. Alright, so in that box we had this. And you have to install your own antenna, usually. But this is used because I'm seeing those antennae already in place. Yeah, usually it'd just be taped to the bottom. And it says CMs, and it does tell you what the car is on the base. I don't know if I don't think it tells you on the model itself, though. These boxes I'm not a fan of because they're not standard sized boxes. You can only stack them up on other CMs, so I'm not a fan of that. So basically I don't really even keep these boxes. I am going to take this off the base, even though it has antennae. All my other CMs are in a different display case, so I don't have room to display them with the bases. So some images, right? That's cool. That's why I like rally cars. They literally jump cars. There's no safety barriers. They're just crazy. Different traction, gravel, tarmac, snow, sand. Look at that. You just don't get that in other road car racing, really. Not too often. Alright, let's pick. Well, I gotta say, those wheels are somewhat similar, although there's some sort of weird cover, right? I don't know what this is. I don't recall seeing these in any images I was looking for. But there's just 2 holes there covering up the 5 lug nuts that I see on all the other photos. And you'll see this wheel is all messed up, man. Oh, the paint is going bad. Yeah, that's happened to me on other CMs. So something about the paint they put on these wheels is not very good. It just, you don't want to touch these wheels. Or you'll strip them. I think I may have stripped them down and repainted the other one I have. This tire is a little bit slab-sided as well, so that's not the greatest. But what is nice about CMs is this is all tampo printing. All this livery, there's no decals. This is all paint. So there's no air pockets like behind the panel gaps or anything like that. There's no weird wrinkliness, really. Although actually now I see that the 15 is a little wrinkled, but the white is very smooth. Alright, so I don't want to touch that rear wheel either. I've never even heard of these drivers. Or driver and co-pilot. Sorry. So this car was the beginning of the success of the Citroen Xsara, but in 2001 they didn't win a championship, I don't think, according to Wikipedia. Alright, going to the roof here, we have 3 antennae that someone was nice enough to put in for me. And then again, tampo printing. Maybe this is a TV camera, that might be an air vent. Going to we got this little bullet mirror, but no paint there. The door handle is sticking out, and it's got a recess for the fingers. Some jacking up points, it looks like. This is black, and yeah, that's tampo printed. And there's a little bit of a roll cage. It looks low because the clear window is going underneath the roof to the other side, and so that's as close as they could get it as far as height goes. Alright, we got some nice rib texture, crosshatch pattern here, but no paint, unfortunately. And you can see the paint rash here. Red is, for me, red is the worst paint rash color. Something about red paint just doesn't go well with die-cast metal. Alright, but the headlights are nice, they're clear. There's some silver back there, and the way they pegged it, it looks like a projector light or something. The logo here is nice, it's silver on a black grille. And then we do have a nice crosshatch pattern here. The license plate would be realistic to the real car. Sponsorship looks okay. Unfortunately, no black paint in these little brake ducts. It's got some molded in hood pin latches. That's nice. And then this tampo printing for this banner. Again, it looks smooth. Actually, it's the whole window frame is printed tampo, but there's even a little bit of that there. The wiper blades are raised, painted black, so that looks nice. We have a standard black interior there. Going to this side, yeah, paint rash on the door, so that's not the greatest. It's just an old model. Okay, going to the back, we have red taillights that are clear plastic or translucent. I think there might be silver behind it. The Xsara printing looks good. Total Citroen, yeah, sponsorship there. The license plate again is nice. The wing is a double decker, and it's passing air. There's a little lip on here as well, and there's a number 15, and the blackout of the rear window looks good, and then the banner, I guess, for the rally. And then we just have a blanked off exhaust tip. The tire treads are pretty nice. They look like they would be rally tires. Pretty basic bottom here. And yeah, so the model itself doesn't tell you anything. Don't know who made it, don't know what it is. It's also press fit together, so fixing problems will be difficult, or doing a wheel swap. Granted, I wouldn't wheel swap a racing car. With history, that is. Yeah, so what's nice is you can see a seatbelt system, probably a decal. Maybe it's tampo, knowing these guys. Hold on, let me get the flashlight. You know what? That's paint. That's not a decal. It's smooth. It's on both seats. Yeah, very impressive. You gotta remember, this was less than $10. Yeah, otherwise, molded details. You can see the roll cage there on the door. The door has a door handle. The steering wheels got hollow spokes. This might be a little too bright. No, that was just one lumen. It's just, I guess this is distortion of the windows and being molded. Can't really see very well into these interiors through a wavy piece of plastic. There we go. No. Yeah, I can't do much. There's a cross beam here for the rear of the roll cage. And then it looks like the back is gutted out like a race car. And that's the spare wheel right there, right above the flag. But it's the same wheel, where it just has 2 hole recesses. It doesn't have a 5 lug nut pattern, so that's interesting. Alright, so yeah, I gotta be careful not to touch these wheels or the white paint's gonna fall off. No mud guards on this car. Interesting. Okay. Alright, let's look at a couple other cars. So this is a 2002 Mitsu Evo 7. And this is a 2001 Ford, what is it, Focus? It doesn't tell you, that's the problem. I think it's a Ford Focus, but correct me if I'm wrong. Fiesta? Festiva? So you notice this one, I think it has raw plastic wheels. Maybe the previous owner, the paint fell off and it just stripped them off. Alright? It's definitely yellowed plastic, not white like these other two. So we've seen those go around. Let's get the other Citroens from my collection. So old school, we got this BX4. And then what do we have here? A 2003 Xsara. So there we go. And then the last is a 2006 Xsara. So I think in 2006 I may have been winning the championships. Maybe even 2003, but let's see what differences there are. Looks very similar, the mold-wise. Actually, they all look, I think, the same. I think the casting is the same. These 2 wings are identical, but they're different from the one we just went over today. The exhaust pipe looks the same. Actually, the wheels, they all both have those 2 dimples. So, yeah, it's really just changes in livery, it seems. Interesting. Okay. Well, now we know. Let's give you a top view. Maybe we'll put the Ford and the Mitsu back up just for size comparison. The Mitsu's pretty big, being a 4-door and all. The others are all coupes, or hatchbacks, I guess you'd call them. Alrighty. So we have an old model, paint rash. It's red. So that's a problem with diecast cars, at least it seems like these kinds. Except for Hot Wheels. It seems like those things seem to last fairly well. I have a suspicion Hot Wheels might be powder coated, but correct me if I'm wrong, whereas these are probably painted. Anywho, I don't know if anyone's going to go back and make this car. Maybe. The Xsara had a pretty good run in the WRC, so maybe Mini GT or something will pick them up. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Eventually I'll get another CMs. I've reviewed many of them, though, so I'm not sure. Alright, I'll see you guys. Bye.